Hello everyone, this is Mix K. I'm here today to show you how to use the Reactants products and leftovers simulator. Now, this simulation is going over limiting and excess reactants. So now that we've played around with balancing chemical equations, we can see that in real life, we're not always going to have the perfect amount of each reactant to make the exact amount of each product. So what ends up happening is we have some reactants that are left over. So that's why we have this little leftover part. So if we start with our little sandwich example, we can see here we're trying to make a cheese sandwich, okay? So we have 2 slices of bread and 1 slice of cheese. So let's say in my pantry right now, I have 4 slices of cheese or 4 slices of bread and 3 slices of cheese. Now, I can make 2 sandwiches with that, but still have 1 piece of cheese left over. So my limiting and excess reactants would be the limiting one is the one that runs out first. So I ran out of bread before I ran out of cheese. So the bread is what limited how many sandwiches I could make. Now, my excess reactant was my cheese, because if you see at the end, I have 1 slice of cheese left over. So this one was extra, so that makes it the excess reactant. Okay, so when we have a limiting reactant, excuse me, it's the one that's going to run out first, and it's going to limit how much product we can make. Our excess reactant will be the one that is in excess, the one that there is extra of. So if we get a little more complicated here, we can play around where there's 3 different reactants. So maybe in my pantry, I have a whole loaf of bread. Okay, I have 8 slices of bread. And I have a whole pack of meat, but my pack of cheese is only half full. So here we can see I can make 4 sandwiches, but I still have some meat left over. So my meat would be my excess reactant. So what limited my reactant or my reaction? The amount of bread and the amount of cheese. Now let's say, for example, I had an odd number of pieces of bread. Okay. So here it would still have excess of each of these, but we can't make any more sandwiches because we don't quite have enough bread. We need 2 more of these. So the bread still limited our reaction, even though there's some of it left over, because we needed 2 pieces of bread to be able to finish this reaction. Now, if you go to the molecule section, you can see this with molecules instead. So if we play around with water, okay, if I have 1 of each of these, I can't make water yet. I don't have enough. But if I add another hydrogen, it's able to split up and make 2 water molecules. Now, if I had extra of this, I'm going to have excess hydrogen over here. So this would be my excess reactant, and oxygen would be my limiting reactant, because there's only all the oxygen got used up in the reaction. If I add another oxygen, it'll get reacted as well. Okay, so you can see how this would work here. So play around with the sandwich and molecule part, just so you can get an idea of what it's talking about with limiting and excess and how to use the counters. For the game, you have 3 levels. Okay, I would do show all. If you want to challenge, you can hide this stuff. If you're like, man, I got this, you can hide these different things. But I would say start with show all. In the first one, you're going to figure out what you started with to make certain products. So if you look, you can see you're trying to figure out what did you start with to end up with these results. So you have your chemical equation at the top and your counters at the bottom, and you got to try and fill this in until it's all equal. There's the same number of each atom on both sides. Okay. For level, see if it's just going to reload. Sorry, guys. You just got to wait a hot second. Game. Oh, this isn't even the right one anymore. Sorry, you guys just have to wait a hot second while this loads back up. Hopefully it's still working. Okay, back to the game. Okay, level 2, you'll be predicting the products, and level 3, it's even more difficult, and you'll also be predicting the products. Okay, so you're going to just be trying to figure out what do you end up with. You want to make sure that everything that can react has reacted, and then whatever is left over is left over. Okay. Okay, thank you guys so much for watching. Make sure you take a screenshot of your final scores for the games when you are done. That was at the previous screen. If I try to go back, it'll, oh wait, let me try home. Boop. No, it doesn't want to start over. There we go. So take a screenshot of this screen when you finish so I can see how you did on all the levels. Thank you so much. Have a great day.